If you've been struggling to lose weight, it's not your fault. There are hidden reasons why your body resists losing weight. And the last one is really shocking. It's your metabolism. It's your gut. It's your hormones. Willpower and dieting simply don't work because they ignore these three. When you know how to tap into these three, you begin to experience effortless weight loss, where you feel amazing in your body and your body feels amazing. I want to share with you some simple daily habits that will trigger real transformation. This is going to be really good. I am so excited to share this information with you today because I've seen firsthand what happens when someone ignores their metabolism, their gut, and their hormones. I've also seen what happens when someone embraces them. The biggest thing that we hear as far as getting healthy is eat less and move more. That's it. But what does that mean? Eat less and move more. Now, you may have tried this and you might have found that it didn't work. In fact, it can be very dangerous trying to eat less and move more. So what I want to do is just debunk that myth right now. It doesn't always work that way. So let's talk about your metabolism first. Your metabolism is all the chemical processes that occur within your body. In order to stay alive, you need energy. Where does that energy come from? Food. And then we have to convert that food into energy. And there's several steps involved in that. So if you overeat or you undereat, it affects those chemical processes and it affects your weight. You see, when you start to restrict foods, what often happens is your body sees that as famine. When your body sees that as famine, it goes into preservation mode and it begins to slow down all the non-essential functions like digestion. Digestion becomes slower. Your thyroid hormone production slows down. And so now you're hungrier than ever. Your body is like a bear in winter. It is just trying to survive. And when it's trying to survive, it is going to hang on to every ounce of fat that it has. Now, on the flip side, when you go to extreme and you begin to exercise a lot, your body again sees that as some sort of stress. If you're exercising a lot, eating very little, you're going to be stressing out your adrenal. Your adrenals are going to be pumping out stress hormones, cortisol, adrenaline. What happens when you have high levels of cortisol and adrenaline in your body? You gain weight. Cortisol tells your body to store more fat. Adrenaline speeds up your heart rate so you can run from that tiger, but it also speeds up your blood sugars so that you can run from that tiger. And what happens when you have high blood sugars? Your body is going to store more fat. So no matter what you do, you just can't seem to lose weight. And if you feel like you're doing everything right, you're eating perfect foods, you're working out, you're drinking enough water, you're sleeping, you're managing your stress, and yet you still can't lose weight. You might be missing one key factor: gut health. Your gut is at the center of your metabolic rate. What I mean by gut is not only your small intestine and your large intestine, but it's your stomach, it's your gallbladder, it's your pancreas, which produces digestive enzymes, it's your liver, which produces bile. And if any one of these organs is not working properly, you're not going to be able to digest your food and extract the nutrients out of it. And once again, your metabolism is affected. And when your metabolism is affected, your weight is affected. Let me share with you an example. When my grandmother was alive, she had such bad indigestion that she could only consume 3 ounces of food before she would have to lie down because her stomach would hurt so bad. 3 ounces. That's like a deck of cards. She couldn't consume much more than that. Well, I went to see her after she passed away. They did an autopsy and they found out that she had 75% of her colon blocked. All the way through that colon was impacted, fecal matter that was blocking the flow. And when you block the flow in your gut, what happens? Nothing moves. Stagnation leads to when things begin to stagnate in your gut, it begins to rot and it creates a breeding ground for unfriendly bacteria, unfriendly microbes. And so it's important to have a healthy gut, and you do that by consuming foods that nourish your gut. But don't worry, I'm going to share with you exactly what to do. Next, let's talk about hormones. Hormones play a major role in your weight. They affect your appetite. They affect how much fat you burn. They affect how much protein you burn. So when your hormones are imbalanced, it leads to weight gain. One of the most common causes of hormonal imbalance is stress. Stress affects every single hormone in your body. Another cause of hormonal imbalance is eating too frequently. When you eat too frequently, your body never has a chance to rest and digest. You're always in this state of sympathetic overdrive. Another cause of hormonal imbalance is poor diet. Eating refined foods, eating junk foods, eating too many carbohydrates. All of this affects your hormones. So how do you fix it? You remove yourself from stress. Okay, you need to find ways to manage your stress. You need to eat mindfully. You need to eat slowly. You need to stop eating before you're stuffed. Stop eating before you're full. And you also want to consume foods that support your hormones, specifically the glands that control your hormones. For example, the thyroid gland. That's the master gland. The thyroid controls all the other glands. What foods support the thyroid? Sea kelp, fish eggs, shellfish. All of those foods support the thyroid. So now let's get into some simple daily habits that will trigger real transformation. Habit no. 1 is drink 21 ounces of water first. Drink 21 ounces of water before you eat each meal. This is going to help stimulate your digestive fire, increase the amount of digestive juices that your body releases to break down your food. So now, when you sit down to a meal, you're going to have a hearty appetite. You're going to be ready to digest that food. And this will also help you determine if you're hungry, or if you just think you're hungry. Sometimes we mistake thirst for hunger. Habit no. 2 is chew your food 32 times before you swallow. Take your time and chew your food. Really enjoy the flavors, the textures, the aroma. And when you do this, you're sending signals to your brain that you are safe, you are relaxed. This will turn on the parasympathetic nervous system. This is rest and digest. When you're in this state, you can absorb nutrients. You can heal. And as you chew your food, don't think about your problems. Put away your phone, put away your iPad, and just focus on chewing your food. In fact, when I do this, I actually close my eyes while I'm chewing my food. Habit no mortiga. Eat mindfully. Slow down and savor your food. This is a very powerful habit that will transform your relationship with food. It will also transform your weight. As you become more mindful with your food, you will begin to honor your hunger, honor your fullness, and you will make better food choices. Habit no. 4 is listen to your body's natural rhythms. This is so important. Every single person has different rhythms. We have a circadian rhythm. We also have an ultradian rhythm. This is about every 90 minutes. And we also have an infradian rhythm. These are the 3 main rhythms. Now, sometimes our body's rhythms are off because of stress or drugs or medications or toxins or poor diet. So how do you know what your rhythms are? You have to reconnect with them. You have to tune in and notice what makes you feel good and what doesn't make you feel good. So for instance, if you notice that you're tired at 9:30 every evening, that's probably your circadian rhythm telling you it's time to sleep. If you notice that every 90 minutes you feel like taking a nap, that's probably your ultradian rhythm. Maybe you should take a nap, or maybe you should meditate. If you notice that every 28 days you have PMS, that's probably your infradian rhythm. It's telling you that there's some sort of imbalance. Habit no. 5 is consume real whole foods. Avoid processed foods, refined foods, junk foods. Processed foods do not nourish your metabolism. They do not nourish your gut. They do not nourish your hormones. They don't nourish your brain. They don't nourish your cells. Processed foods were designed to keep you coming back for more. You see, when you consume real whole foods, your body knows what to do with it. Your metabolism knows what to do with it. Your hormones know what to do with it. Now, I want to leave you with a question. Are you ready to lose weight? Are you ready to transform your body? If you are, I challenge you to try the smoothie diet for 21 days. Link in description. On this website, you're going to learn how to make delicious, nourishing smoothies that will support your metabolism, your gut, and your hormones. You're going to receive a cookbook. You're going to receive a guidebook. You're going to receive a video training series. I am so excited to have you on this journey. I'll see you soon.